forthcoming. Oh, Loghain. Crazy. It's an amulet. Ring of Selection, I guess. Bulwark of the True King. Definitely. Yeah, get you that. Wow, Loghain, seriously? Not cool. Not cool. You're not cool for being not good. Gotta go to campfire. Gotta go see if I can buy like a book or something. Oh, Alistair. If it just didn't have to end this way. I mean, sure, we've had our differences, but if you had just surrendered, if you had just gone along with my machinations, with my ideas, with my suggestions, you wouldn't have had to die. Can I even talk to Loghain? I wonder.
I passed your test. Fate has a twisted sense of humor, it seems. I suppose you think I'm some sort of monster. More so since I survived your ritual. You keep striking at me, and I just refuse to die decently.
I may have to resort to magic next. No, but quite honestly, I don't think you're a monster.
You're a poor liar, you know. It's kind of you to say so all the same. We must settle things between us somehow or other, or neither of us will get any work done. So, what will it be?
We're going to have to work together.
Is that punishment meant for me or for you? And just like that, we're allies. I can't imagine it's so simple. I don't know what concession you want from me, Warden. I expect my word will not satisfy you.
You're a Grey Warden now too, you know.
Indeed, I'd almost forgotten that. Thank you for the reminder. I think it's time we got to the point here. What do you want from me? I can't imagine that you spared my life in the Landsmeet by accident. You have some plan in mind.
Death's too easy. Your sentence is life as a Grey Warden.
That's the harsher punishment, certainly, and I can hardly argue that it's more than I deserve. I suppose I ought to be grateful. I have at least some chance now of putting right some of the things I have done. Despite what we each wanted, we're both here now facing the same enemy, and we can be of use to one another, however little we may enjoy that fact.
You're gonna have to prove your worth here.
I never doubted that. We should speak no more of this at present. Time's wasting.
I've never spoken to Loghain before, so I'm kind of curious as to what kind of...
Did you want something?
Oh, if you don't mind, I've just always wanted to speak to him. Were you really gonna kill Honora?
Honora always did have a flair for the dramatic. She could have been a bard.
Why would she invent such a story?
Honora is a politician at heart. There's one thing she knows. It's how to move people.
Why me, though?
Is that a serious question? Is there someone else you know of who could stand up to the land's meat?
Oh, yeah.
But enough about Anora. We ought to get moving.
I wanted to ask you something first.
Very well then.
Why do you hate Orlais so much?
Hate doesn't describe it. I've seen painted, masked lords beat an old farmer to death with riding crops. To this day, I don't know why. Is that hate? I saw good, sensible men fight armored chevaliers with nothing. No weapons, no armies, not even hope of success to see the occupation end. Is that hate?
Sounds like hate to me.
You won't believe me when I tell you this, but it doesn't matter. I never fought because I hated Orlais. This was for Merrick and for Eldon.
You fought Orlais even when they weren't the enemy.
I made a tactical error. In any case, there's no use discussing this. We have much work left to do. Very well, then.
What would you have done if you'd won?
I suppose that depends on how much of the kingdom was left by then. Once the border was secure, the army would have regrouped to push back the Darkspawn in the south.
But the border was in no danger.
It's easy to say now. When chevaliers were massing on our doorstep, things were a little less clear. In any case, there's no use discussing this. We have much work left to do. Very well, then.
How well did you know
He was
Merrick?
my friend. If he'd wanted to conquer the Fade, I would have led the charge.
What made Merrick such a great king?
There are men who inspire such devotion that everyone around would lay down their lives for him. And there are men who would come and go from this world, and no one notes it. What makes them so? Your guess is as good as mine. Merrick was remarkable. That's all I can say of him.
Dang it. I got like a fan in my window. It's blowing right in my face. It's hella cold as half my face is freezing off. Alright, move to fan. I'm good. That's all I can say. How did you meet Merrick?
I was hunting, well, poaching, to be entirely honest, when a boy my own age came stumbling out of the woods. He was so dirty, you'd have thought he'd been dug up out of the ground.
So you offered... what was he running from?
The traitorous bootlickers who just murdered the Queen, though I didn't know it at the time. He was bloody, exhausted, and obviously being hunted. I offered to take him to my father's camp.
And that boy was Merrick?
Yes. I didn't find out who he was for a while, though. But I've rattled on for too long already. We should get moving.
Why didn't he acknowledge Alistair?
He nearly did. Merrick was never one to avoid his duty. And given his preference, he would have acknowledged his son no matter the circumstance. But he had more than his honor to think of. It would have ruined Rowan, after all. She'd be reduced to a concubine in the eyes of our neighbors, and put Caelan's status as heir in question. So Merrick made the hard choice. Eamon offered to raise the boy, and that was that.
So it was all politics.
Kings don't get the luxury of escaping politics. But we've been idle long enough. We should get moving. Very well then.
What was Nora like as a child?
So far as anyone could tell, she was the undisputed monarch of the whole world. She'd fall, skin her knees, and command them to stop stinging. It may have worked, too.
Did she have many friends?
Guaran sits in between the Brazilian forest and the sea. It's far from the old Tevinter roads. The village by our keep was never even as big as Redcliffe. There were always a few children around. Charcoal burners, sons and daughters mostly, or the children of servants. They formed into noisy gangs in the courtyard for their games. But Honora never joined them.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. Children are in some ways vicious animals, forming packs and defending them from outsiders. Honora was always an outsider. If you're expecting some particular insight into my daughter's character, I'm afraid I'm probably not the best source. I'm hardly impartial.
Oh, you and Honora close?
I think you already know the answer to that. But this is not really the time or place to discuss my daughter. We have work to do. Very well, then.
Never mind.
Of course.
What if I give you a lot of presents? Are you gonna talk to me then? You know. Okay, he approves by 4. That's good.
The Arl has kindly offered my son and I
yeah.
lodgings in exchange for supplies. I'm happy.
Messiah wares. Yeah. Okay. Loghain likes what is it he likes? If I see it, I'm gonna know that he likes it. Okay, he might like that. Inversed. He might also like that. Okay. Okay, Loghain, are you ready for some gifts? I hope you are. Loghain!
I don't think that's wise. I'm surprised. Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
What the fuck?
Thanks. Thanks.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Interesting.
You have my thanks.
This is
You
like a
have my
booster
thanks.
pack.
You have my
What the
thanks.
fuck is this? Booster.
Why, thank you so much. No, that won't work. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much. Why, thank you so much.
Is this cheating? I hope it isn't, because I like it.
It'll do, sure. It'll do, sure. It'll do, sure. It'll do, sure. It'll do, sure.
My god. Do I win? Alright, I should be able to give him armor now, right? Right. Loghain. Juggernaut. Wait, no. Let me give him Kaelin's clothes. Where's Kaelin's helmet? Oh, there it is. There he is. There you go. It's beautiful. Good, good. High morale? What does that